Hello, beloved. I thank you so much for your time and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings for $50 per month. You get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career and finances, as well as ancestral messages. I also now offer one-on-one sessions / life coach sessions. Those will be once off and not monthly. You can only book me for those directly via my email, which will be listed in my description box below, as well as the link to my Patreon if you'd rather join my Patreon instead. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out, why were you spiritually led here? What is here for you, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? And why did your own YouTube algorithm present you with this message? Let us tap in and talk to God, okay? We have the Eight of Cups energy. Okay. Followed by the Seven of Wands, as well as the Eight of Swords. So what I'm seeing here is that there are people who don't want you to get to your promised land, right? Your promised land being what you're working towards in your life, like whatever it is you are working towards, whatever you're manifesting at this time, whatever you're praying for, whatever you're calling into your reality. There are people, there are individuals that don't want you to get there. Those are people with certain spirits attached to them. These spirits are also working against you. So these are not just people. They have spirits that are pushing them to stand against you here. These are people who at this time have a strong need to come up against you. And I do see here that you have already been experiencing attacks here. It's always been a common theme in your life, like whether you've been in the theme of life of attacks, whether that energy has been around you all your life, or it's around you, then it goes away, it's around you, then it goes away. But this energy here is a negative entity. This is one of the dark principalities God speaks of in the Bible. When he says, we fight not against flesh and blood. This negative entity is known for destruction. It's known to bring destruction on earth upon those in it as well. Hence, there's a lot going wrong with the earth itself right now. I'm talking the oceans and the hemispheres and, the physics behind it and the scientific behind it. There's also the spiritual There's the emotional, there's the mental, there's destruction everywhere, in every domain. It's this negative entity. This negative entity, sadly, is a creation of us as humankind, because back then our ancestors, our forefathers and foremothers experienced, it's like there are those in, not everyone in our ancestry lineage, in our bloodline was a good person. There are those that were extremely wicked and evil. Those that were seeking power and not anything to do with God. Those are the ones that started Satan. Those are the ones that called him on earth. We did that. It's like, it's Eve. It's Lilith. So furthermore, I am seeing, with that being said, let's tap in further and talk to God. So these attacks are ending now. Whether it's constantly you are under battles and under attacks, any form of warfare, whether it's mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, whatever you've been fighting, there are things that follow us, things that are brought upon by what Satan was here to do. The reason, it's like, because now Adam and Eve knew good and evil, they knew it, they had awakened to it. Adam and Eve, the woman and the man, they've awakened to the truth. So they choose. Are you going to choose Satan or God? No, that was not how it happened. We are living that. How it started was Eve knew not to. God said, no, don't do that. I give you everything. And all I say is, don't go over there and do that. Don't eat from the tree. Don't do that. Thou shalt not kill. Steal. Satan destroys. That's all he does. He is a force against God, who was created by Eve. Listening. Eve went against God's command and lured Adam to do the same thing. Hence, you wiggling your titties at the man's face, Eve. Yes, Eve. Married. You know what? But with that being said, whether if you look at it as like Eve chose that, woman or man choose to be tempted. Adam chose to be tempted. He also knew. It's not like, oh, sorry, man with the tits in his face. It's like, why are you allowing that? That's what it is. It's not, oh, she seduced. It's like you allowed yourself to be seduced. He could have ran to God. Are you hearing me? He could have ran to God and said, God, please take me out of this. Me, I don't want this. I don't want the spirit of lust. I don't want to be thinking about sex every day of my life. All I hear when I hear just someone clapping, all I'm thinking about is them cheeks. That's a scary domain to be in because it draws the line between anything. You will be, it's animal spirit. Like, hey. Anyway, the man could have, Adam could have went to God and said, Eve did this. And then would have let God deal with it. Pray about it and actively remove yourself, meaning fight against it. Don't think God will wave a wand and make you free from the spirit. You change yourself. You were watching those videos, X videos. You're clapping cheeks. You're opening legs. You're wiggling the titties and shaking the jigglies. Deal with it. Fight it now. Now you want out, right? So show me. And not just for me, for the fact that you actually chained to that spirit. So fight it off and get to me, God says. It's not that God can say, okay, you good now. It's like, come, I'm here. But like you stayed away from me so much or for so long that your way back to me is a journey. Some people didn't stay away from God. You know what? Some people chose God. Some people chose God and then stayed away from him. Chose God. Everybody has a different relationship with God, therefore. Some people think God is a maniac. God is not. Everyone has a God is not, or God is, or God is not, or God is. Everyone has a different relationship with God. And I'm grateful that you understand mine because you are one with it. We are of the same frequency. You get it. So these people that have been trying to stand against you here, they're trying to fight God's plan in your life because you are someone that chose God. Whatever they chose, whatever they praise, whatever they worship, you chose God. That has nothing to do with you. If you want to do what you do what you do. These people are bringing it into your reality. You have this spirit that follows you. Don't forget, there is, back to the ancestors, there is someone of our origin as the humankind, no matter what skin tone they were. They are us. We are the same species. We bleed the same cut, like, right? Just saying, right? So there's those of our origin, the originals of Earth, the originals, the first ones. They touched here first before we did. Our kids are gonna look at us as they touched here before we did. It's the cycle of life. We leave here even if we don't want to, and we don't even know when we're going because this is not our creation. You didn't birth yourself. Your mother birthed you at God's command. You could have not made it here. How many complications happen in pregnancy? How many people cannot accommodate the child themselves and they have to get away? Or how many people can't be a mother to the child and they never step into that energy? They lose. What was done by the originals here is fucking us over because we fuck ourselves over. It's how, quote unquote, the Matrix gives us the cure to the problem they create. Oh, you have a fucked up mind, here's porn. Oh, porn is the reason to the fucked up mind, here's more of it. The solution, oh, go to therapy. Or fund that industry more, listen to music. Well, cycle. We are, before the cycle is in the ancestral lineage, it's in the species. So whatever curse is in our family, it doesn't just start there, it starts with the world. What is the world cursed with? There's things that follow us. Man, why can't I find the right person for me? I have this, I have everything. All I want is just a right person. Man, why can I never have a stable place to live? I'm always wondering, going everywhere. I'm a wanderer. I don't have a home. Why don't I have a home? Why can't I be still? Man, everybody that I try to be friends with either comes against me or wants to be me. They want to take my life, or they want to take me out, or they want to... Man, why can I never find a job? Man, why do I need to drink before I can feel like myself again? There's things that follow us. I still say, I'm saying it. There's things that follow you to make it more personal. We are us, but you're listening as you. We are us. Prophetic vessel, you are one as well. Beloveds, we have justice. It's like you chose God and they chose to come up against you with what they chose as their God. Whatever they chose, someone could try and come up. It's like the reason, someone can try and come up against you because they have money and you don't, and they can use their money as a weapon to form against you. That's their Satan spirit. Best believe somebody that does that is controlled by Satan. They don't breathe the Holy Spirit, no matter if they're close to a holy one. They just don't have access, sorry. Even if they touch a holy one, some people are just that demon possessed. Their exorcism needs a different journey. We have the Page of Swords. The very same enemies will be footstools, God said, and this is what is coming for you. You are going to literally watch your life be better than anyone else's, not because, oh, I think I'm better. No, it's not about you. It's what God says you will reap because you've sown well. You deserve that, in other words. It's not something that, oh, you're so special. You're special because you chose God in this world that we are in now, this energy of the world right now. In it, you still said, nah, man, I think I'm gonna go with God. Even with every day you see the titties and the ass, or you see the thirst, or you see the lust, you still say, you know what? I'm gonna stick to the Father. I'm gonna stick to the Son and the Holy Spirit. I'm gonna stick to God. I'm gonna stay in the Jesus paradigm, because that is the only paradigm that I would love to be in, meaning that is the only air I would love to breathe. Thank you. Everything else is a carbon duplicate of a God wannabe. Lust, oh, it feels so good. It's so good. We have the Four of Pentacles here as well. We have Scorpio energy, we have Aries energy, we have Gemini energy, we have double Gemini energy, triple Libra energy, Aquarius energy, and Capricorn energy here. So with that being said, I am seeing here that, you know, your promised land is your promised land. Like, you are still going to get to where you need to be, in other words, right? What you've been calling in, what you've been praying for, what you've been manifesting, meaning everything that you've been doing to get to a specific point, whatever that point is, whether it's for your career, for your love life, for the relationship you have with yourself, family, friends, whatever, like you've been trying to get to. You will get to it. Even if it's, you know, it's like even the enemy, you are working towards getting to your hell. It's a journey. It's like you fell into the temptation when Satan presented it to you. It was here. The money, the pussy, the dick, the alcohol, the porn videos, the narcotics, it was here. How is it that you are stuck in that paradigm and another person isn't? It's proof that you're stuck. It's what we say, we addicted. They're trying to stand against you. And it's like God just like is gonna show them that no matter what they try and do, you are not gonna fall. It's like it's so hard for us right now because they want it to be hard for us, not because it is meant to be hard for us. Believers of God, walkers of God path, the God path, walkers of the God path. Us, prophetic vessel. You are one as well. Just because life is hard doesn't mean that's how it is meant to be. Why is it hard? That's the question. What is happening here? I'm smelling something good. Would you rather smell shit or flowers? There's good and bad. I don't know why the fine line has, now it's like everything goes. You are headed to your hell. You don't know why it is bad. That's why you're headed to your hell. You get presented with the satanic temptation. It's like that's why they can be bad tarot readers, because there's good and bad. It can be used for good or for bad. It doesn't make it bad because it's being used for that. You are that. You are bringing it alive. Oh my God. But anyway. Something's coming here. And this is your victory. Your victory is coming. Your enemies will be your footstools, God says. Please continue to live life with that anticipation, God says. Prepare your best shoes so you can step on them. God says, bitch. Oh, and your best outfit. Like, make sure you always look good. I don't know. I don't want to say it. But like literally, the fact that, you know what? We have the Knights of Cups. The fact that there are people that lie about knowing God, walking with God, because it's a trend. You see, you fall into it as well. You fall into the illusion that, oh, it's a trend, so let's just be about it. You don't know that your karmic debt you will be exposed because you are using God's name. You're not about God. You're not of Him. If they didn't care, you wouldn't, simply put. If no one cared when God's name was spoken, you wouldn't as well. You wouldn't look if it was something that wasn't popular. It's popular to, oh, the script. I was reading my Bible, I was speaking to Jesus. You see, the energy to lie is going to wear off in such a way that you won't be able to lie without being exposed. That's the exposed that I was talking about. Meaning someone will see right through you, even if you've been lying to them for a long time. That's the energy. You can no longer give out that low vibrational energy, because God is changing the frequency. You'll give it out and you'll get it back, meaning it won't work. You can lie to that person about something, they won't believe you. And if you've been lying to everyone, they won't believe you. Prepare to be exposed. Whatever foundation you built upon God's name, and if you're not about God, prepare to be exposed when He strips you of what you've been using Him for, because it's His creation, bitch. You said that about Him, right? Hence, they're watching you, right? And when He says, oh, on some TD Joshua shit. No. That's a sick fuck who claims to know me but doesn't. But I'm gonna use him to lead people to me. You fall into it. It's his game too, bitch. People like this standing against divine ones, chosen ones was a trend. Fuck that. Divine ones. It's not a trend to be chosen. It's either you are or you're not. And when the trend wears off, are you really chosen though? Is gonna be the question. You know what I'm saying? So they standing against someone who's meant for victory. It's dumb here. Like, you come into my world and don't want me to live in it in a particular way. What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with folks, beloved? They want your life to go a particular way. Who are they to dictate that? You came out of the same PUSSY I came out in. So why are you, wanting to control my entire life? Who are you that I'm not? You're not my God. So, yeah, they're going to just have to learn the hard way. Keep looking good. You look good. You look good. You smell good. Those were the flowers were smelling, and the shit, well, ow. But anyway, keep standing in your power. You look good. You smell good. Keep doing good. Keep being you. Other people trying to leave their body because they out of their mind. Keep being you. Because you chose you. Hence you are you. And they're not. Who knows what's in that vessel? Who knows what's in that body? Don't mean the body's there. It's them. We gotta wake up. People here are demon possessed. Okay. Enemy, Satan, facing Jesus. I thank you so much for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God. Yes, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings for $50 per month. You get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career and finances, as well as ancestral messages. I also now offer one-on-one sessions / life coach sessions. Those will be once off and not monthly. You can only book me for those directly via my email, which will be listed in my description box below, as well as the link to my Patreon. If you'd rather join my Patreon instead, you can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. I thank you all for everything, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.